This time of year is very romanticized, okay? It's the most wonderful time of the year, JJ said. No, it's really the most romanticized time of the year.
Totally.
And it's easy to get so lost in the feels and all the sentiment of doing Christmassy things, and it's fun and all that jazz. Don't rush the process.
JJ.
And we are talking about dating and being single during the holidays. If you are on YouTube right now, you will see JJ's fun accessory of the day. How do you feel wearing that, honey?
I kind of feel like a little child. But then again, sometimes I am a little child.
You know, you're a handsome reindeer.
Thank you. Fun fact, this is when I saw you on Instagram for one of the first times.
Oh, I was wearing that?
You were wearing this, and it's kind of when I had my first crush on you.
Oh, because you stalked me on Instagram after you first saw me.
Yeah, I mean, I think like we can all kind of acknowledge at this point in 2023, going into 2024.
We do acceptable stalking, yeah.
It's like guaranteed that you're going to stalk each other on Instagram, right?
I know the video you're talking about too. That's fun.
Yeah.
And if you're on YouTube, you can see I'm wearing a red Disney sweater. This sweater, I just really wanted to get my hands on, and I found it. I got it, and I'm so happy about it.
Fun fact.
JJ was like anticlimactic when he saw it. He was like, that's the sweater.
Well, you hyped it up so much.
Because
but
it's
hey,
so cool.
Lesson for the fellas. If your girl is ever excited about any piece of clothing, guess what? It is the most exciting, awesome piece of clothing you've ever seen. You cannot believe they got it for that price. You are mind blown, okay?
So you guys, we've been mentioning YouTube. Make sure to join us on YouTube, like and subscribe. If you're watching already on YouTube, hey to all of our YouTube peeps. We love y'all. And we have a lot more content just like this here on this YouTube channel. Another thing we want to quickly talk about is, you know, we're about to go into dating during the holidays, talking about dating during the holidays, holidating, okay, today. And I just want to let you know, if you want to have a community where you can potentially meet some awesome Christian singles, whether significant other or a really good friend, we have HODC, Heart of Dating Conference, happening at the end of this year, December 29th and 30th in Nashville and online for all of y'all that can't make it to Nash or you live in a different country. Shout out. Love that. Join us at HODCNash.com, and we would just love to have you. We have a 2-day event, so many fun-filled things, and a singles party, which is going to be epic. I can't even wait for that singles party. I'm like so excited. We are just buying all the decor right now. It's so cool, babe.
Can you clarify for me what exactly is a disco cowboy?
Disco cowboy is a New Year's theme plus cowboy theme.
So the disco is more for the New Year's party.
It is. It's like, you know, it's like shimmer and shine and disco-y and disco balls, but then cowboy boots.
Okay, so it's not like Saturday Night Fever with a cowboy hat.
Oh, it could be though. You totally could go that far.
It's like bell bottom.
I mean, you can do that.
I can?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Like you're giving me permission.
I'm giving you
bust out my
official
John Travolta
permission.
bell bottoms.
Heck yeah, babe.
Let's go. Okay.
One last announcement. If you like this podcast and want to support us as a creator, either from YouTube or from listening to it audibly, join our Patreon community for as low as $5 a month at patreon.com/heartofdating. We just launched a Q&A episode the other day, and you can listen to the full thing if you are a Patreon member. All right, let's talk about holidating today. Dating during the holidays.
Okay, so this is otherwise known as what?
Cuffing season.
Cuffing season.
Do you want to tell them what cuffing season is?
Well, like you give me the background of cuffing season.
Well, okay, so I had to look this up, right? It's the cold autumn and winter months seen as a period when it is especially desirable to enter into a romantic relationship.
Is that from Urban Dictionary or Webster's?
I don't even know where I found it. I just Googled it.
Okay.
And I was like, oh, yeah, this is right.
So to confirm, and I had to look this up, cuffing, I was like, handcuff, like what is that about? Like, is that actually what it's about? It literally means to handcuff yourself to a person or
To keep
cuffing.
warm?
Right. Brought
My
on,
goodness.
But it's brought on by the cold
Oh my goodness.
and the desire to cuddle out of loneliness. Okay. So there's a lot going on in the word cuffing season.
Yeah, there sure is.
Or holidating.
Man. So that's like when you hear people talking about cuffing season, now officially you know what that means.
You're handcuffing yourself.
But it's like officially like around from November onwards, okay, for these winter months. Now, today we're talking about holidating, so dating during the holidays. But, you know, everyone has their own definition for what dating is. So when we say holidating today, we are talking about the dating stage, okay? We are not talking about being in a relationship per se. We're talking about dating, going on new dates, getting to know someone. So let me clarify what our definition of dating is. All right. If you haven't ever heard this before, write it down. Our definition of dating is a time when you go on dates and build friendship with another man or woman of God who is of interest to you. On each date in the dating phase, the goal is to take it one date at a time as you approach the other person with curiosity. The point of the dating phase is ultimately to see through time, we recommend 60 to 90 days, if you want to be in a relationship committed to the person you are building friendship and going on dates with. Okay? Yes.
So building friendship with interests.
Right.
And when we say interests, it's romantic interests.
Right.
Right.
But it's not, hey, I am exclusively showing up to church and all my holiday events with this person because we are committed in a relationship. We're going to go in a minute through some do's and don'ts of dating during the holidays. This is like you met someone on a dating app. You've been out with them a few times. It's not, hey, this is my boyfriend, girlfriend, and I'm trying to figure out how to navigate the holidays. We have another episode for that. This is about meeting people in the holidays, okay? And going on those first dates with them because it's cuffing season and that's what everyone apparently wants to do.
Right. Well, I mean, listen, I love the idea of just trying to build great connection and friendship.
Yeah.
And like the sprinkles are on top are like the romantic aspect of it.
Totally.
Right. But it is like that is a secondary priority. Friendship, connection first.
Exactly.
Which should take the pressure off, right? Of like, well, it's November 12th and I got to be in a relationship by December 24th so that we're kissing on New Year's Eve.
Right. No, that is not the goal here.
Right.
And that's what the secular world will show you and encourage you to do, but we're not about that. But we do happen to think that the holiday period is a great time to meet people when it comes to dating.
Oh, totally.
So really quick, we have a great resource for y'all. It's free. It's how to show interest for guys and girls. If you want that free resource, you can go to heartofdating.com/resource/show interest. Okay. Now let's talk about where to meet people during the holidays. My first cue and first thought on this is there are so many events during the season, you guys, right? And so I don't care if you're an introvert. This advice is still for you. I think you should accept as many invitations as possible to all the holiday parties if you are wanting to date in the season and meet people. Okay. If you're not, then you don't have to take that advice. But if you really actively want to date and meet new people, accept invitations to as many holiday events that you can. I think that would be really, really key.
How do you get yourself invited to more events?
I would just put the word out there. You have a friend going to a holiday party and it's not like a birthday per se or whatever. Just say, hey, do you mind if I come along to that? Sounds really fun.
Oh, okay.
Which of course is like bold, but you're putting yourself out there.
Right. Like, and I love that idea. Beforehand, we're just deciding this holiday season, instead of being stuck at home, having FOMO, watching everyone's stories, we're going to be proactive and shameless to say, hey, if you're going to a party and you can, take me with you.
Yeah. Oh, I want to make a quick note on wingmen and wingwoman. Okay. So this is important. So wing women, okay, and wingmen, whatever, it's the same. I wouldn't go with a group of 5 people. Okay. This is just not what we recommend. Maybe a group of one other person or 2 people. So either 2 or 3 people total, because especially for the ladies, it's overwhelming for guys to walk up to a group of 5 ladies talking. Okay. If a guy wants to ask one of you out or talk to one of you, he's very rarely going to go up to a group of 5 women. Okay. But if it's just 2 of you guys, maybe 3, he might be more inclined. So if you want a wingwoman or a wingman, it's a little different for the wingman actually, because you can show up with more guys. That's totally fine because you're going to go off and doing the asking. But for the ladies, especially, like, don't do a giant group and be like, okay, let's all go to this holiday party together. And like all mingle together and stay in the same location at the party. So yeah, for the ladies, it's just intimidating if it's more than 2 to 3 girls in a group. Like, guys aren't going to come up to you. So yeah, bring a wingwoman if you want, just don't overdo it.
We should totally do an episode on how to be a great wingwoman and how to be a great wingman.
That's so fun.
Because I've never heard a great explanation for it.
That's true. Maybe we will do that.
It's only been in movies where they're just so suave and their opening lines are so perfect and the transition's amazing.
Yeah, babe, maybe that's a good episode idea. If you want us to do an episode, comment below on YouTube or DM us on Instagram. Okay, another great way to meet people is at just going to holiday events. And I don't just mean holiday parties. I mean, like, your town has a local tree lighting, okay? Or there's a gingerbread making class. I'm making some of these up, right? But they're like events and holiday events in your city. I would go to those and be open. There's so many more events this time of year than almost any time of year. And so not only am I saying holiday parties, but also holiday events around your city. Go to them.
Eventbrite.
Be open. Yeah, Eventbrite's a great place. Or go to like Time Out Mag. If you live in a bigger city, you can see all the events going on that weekend.
Like if you're in Nashville this weekend, they had a reel go viral, like it popped off.
Yeah.
But there's a Christian nightclub opening called...
Or just opened last weekend.
Oh, it opened last weekend.
Yeah.
It's called The Cove.
Yeah, it's so cool.
Right. So it's kind of cool because I think there is a reality that young Christians do want to go out. Mm-hmm. So would you rather them go out in like a club, or if we had like a Christian nightclub that was like positive and cool and fun?
Yeah, definitely. That would be awesome.
But like, you wouldn't know about that unless you saw the reel, or actually if you went on Eventbrite, tons of opportunities.
Yep.
Okay. The next one, I love this one. Mm-hmm. This is like a pastor's dream come true for his singles.
Yes.
Volunteering.
Yes.
But like a pastor's greatest dream, and we've literally had like church pastors of big churches kind of talk about their vision of how their singles meet, and they say, you know, they're both serving, they're both in the kids ministry, they're both like serving the homeless one night, and they're on a mission trip to Mexico, and they just look over at one another and they just notice each other and their amazing heart and how kind and selfless they are, and then next thing you know, they're bonding over their love for Christ.
So funny.
And then 3 months later, they're married.
Well, and we mean volunteer at church, but also volunteer outside of church, like at the local soup kitchen or whatever. There's tons of volunteer opportunities this time of year.
Like there's tons of Thanksgiving ones.
Yeah.
And Christmas ones.
Huge.
I would listen, what better place though, in the pastor's defense, like what better place to meet a eligible Christian single than like at a bridge ministry where on a Wednesday night at 9:00 you are handing out meals together.
Yeah. So
like
good.
What better place to meet someone where I'm like, okay, this is a special person if this is where I'm finding them on a Wednesday night at 9:00.
Totally.
I have a great friend, Tuesday nights, 6 to 10 p.m. They are planting a church within the homeless ministries of Seattle.
Yeah.
Like he's off the grid. And like for him to find someone who is eligible in that same circle, I mean, they're gonna hit it off.
Totally. Your ears are moving.
My ears are bouncing. I have reindeer ears on, if you
have seen on YouTube.
Yeah.
They're just like moving around as you talk.
Okay, so that's volunteering and church events. Would you kind of loop them in together?
So I would say church has like, you might have some holiday specific events at your church, and I don't see why you can't also go to the ones at a local church near to yours, even if that's not your church. So go to local church events, like holiday events. A lot of churches that have worship nights or different holiday events, like fun socials around the holidays.
Totally. And I would, just to clarify, I would say there's a big difference too between attending a church event, especially like someone else's church, which is totally cool. But I also love the idea of serving behind the scenes for all these kind of like incremental events with your church.
Yeah, totally.
Like, that is just such a great organic way to meet someone as you serve together versus meeting them in the lobby. Like there's a lot of risk, a lot of like sizing each other up.
Yes.
Like you may or may not like have enough courage to ask for their number.
Yeah.
Versus serving alongside of them for 2, 3, 4 hours.
I agree.
Right.
The next one is setups and asking for setups. Now, I would not ask everybody. If you've heard us talk about this before, when you ask for setups, it's got to be from somebody that you trust, that you think may have somebody who's of interest to you, or they may actually know somebody that you want to actually get to know. And so here's the thing though with setups, don't just ask for it. Follow up. If they say, oh yeah, I might have somebody actually, let me think more about that, or let me get back to you. Follow up with them. You can't just make the one ask and expect for them to remember as though it's the top most important thing on their mind. It's not going to be. They're going to forget. It's the setup is all about the follow up. So make sure you follow up.
Totally. It's like, don't be afraid to annoy somebody.
Right.
Like I'm asking a guy for a mentor right now and I've texted him 2 or 3 times to follow up. And I'm like, as I talk about it, I'm going to follow up again today because I know when... What's so funny?
It's your ears. Sorry, keep going.
What's wrong with my ears?
You adjusted them so your hair is more pulled back. It's great, baby. I'm so sorry. Keep going.
It's okay. The point is, I appreciate when I'm slacking on something when someone follows up with me.
Yeah.
So I assume and hope that someone feels the same way when I follow up with them.
Totally.
Like no one gets annoyed when you follow up, by the way.
Yeah, I agree. All right, last but not least, and this is definitely not least, we recommend dating apps. And this time of year is the number one time where there's a spike of people that go on dating apps.
It's
okay.
crazy.
So if you haven't ever tried them or you have felt burnout by them, first, you need to renew your mind because online dating is all about mind renewal. And we teach that all in School of Dating really, really, really hard. But, this is the time of year where more people are apt to get on a dating app. And so really quick, I just want to take a moment to tell you guys about our favorite dating app right now, which is Salt. And I'm really grateful because this episode today is brought to you by Salt. It's a Christian dating app and it's based on values. They also have like a screening, like you have to do a selfie screening so that they make sure you are a real person. Okay. You also have to fill out 2 faith-based questions. And these questions are worded in engaging, helpful ways that help you and help the other person really create like interesting answers, not just basic answers. With Salt badges, you can actually match with other people based on shared values, which again is so awesome because some of my values are curiosity, growth, and compassion. And so if I was on the app and saw somebody else who shared or had one of those values, that person is actually going to be highlighted on the app. And that's helpful because it shows me, oh, this person has a similar value that I do. Not only faith, but other core values, right? Because this is a Christian-based app. And this also makes a great conversation starter. Oh, I see you really love growth, and that's one of your values. Like, what are you learning right now in your life? I mean, that's so cool. I would like geek out by a conversation starter like that. Another thing Salt has is they have free video and audio calling for everyone in the app. So you don't have to like exchange numbers right away or switch platforms before you feel really comfortable. You can do all of that, have a call, have a video chat in the app itself. You can even add voice memos and all of that. And they've also been doing this thing to meet people, which they have daily conversations on as a part of their app in something called Table, which me and JJ have done a few so far. We're doing another one in a few weeks.
Right. It's like gather around the table.
Yep.
And we'll have a table talk.
And like
kind
you
of like
have
Clubhouse.
someone leading it. Yeah. It's like kind of like Clubhouse back in the day if you ever did that. And then you could also meet people in that conversation too. Like you can see who's there, potentially talk to those people.
I mean, there's like 300, 400, 500 people all across the world.
All in one time.
And it's fun because you're seeing each other's comments and stuff. It's actually a great idea.
It's amazing. So here's what we've done. We negotiated an awesome special code for our Heart of Dating podcast and listeners and family. And so you can just search the app or Play Store for Salt Christian Dating. And once you download and set up an account, you can use the code HEART to get 2 weeks of free premium in the app. So it's like an upgraded, you get special features with premium. And literally won't cost you anything. All you have to do once you download the app is go to Home, Settings, Account, Activate Now, and then enter the code HEART. And then it automatically applies the 2 weeks free premium.
And it's also, I love that they don't take your credit card.
Yes.
Or you have to subscribe to the
newsletter. Because it just automatically turns
right.
off.
They're like, hey, if you like it, then great. If not, no worries.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So check out Salt. We'd love to hear if you do and how you like it. All right, let's continue on with the show.
Okay, so I have a question. We briefly talked about it, but to recap, you're saying that the holidays,
yes,
is this like the Super Bowl of dating? Like
it kind of is.
All year long, this is the pinnacle time to be dating.
Yes. And I want to make a note though, because if you are feeling like from the last episode we did, loneliness or holiday blues, and it's just you're not in a season of open singleness and you're listening to this episode, like you don't have to feel all the pressure to date during this time.
Okay, right.
Like there is a lot of pressure and it is a good time to meet new people. And you also, I just want to relieve you from the fact that if you don't feel ready, then we're going to help you the rest of the season to not feel like so much pressure also to just date because everyone is dating or this is the time you have to meet someone, right? So I feel like, yes, it's a Super Bowl time. It's a great time. But if you're not ready, you just got out of a breakup, you don't feel like the Lord is saying, yes, date right now, then I want to encourage you, like, there's no pressure. Like God will provide for you even if you don't date in this awesome time of year. Like there is still ways to meet people outside of the holidays.
Well, it's funny because the Super Bowl only has 2 happy fan bases. And there's 30 other teams watching who are pissed and sad that they're not there.
Oh my gosh.
Right. But I know what I'm saying is like, so what you're saying is there's really high highs and tons of fun for a lot of people.
Yeah.
And simultaneously, there's a lot of people who actually see that, who are not in the place where they're dating. And it's just another year where they're watching holidays go by.
Yeah.
As a single.
Right. And we're going to do an episode of like how to make the most of being being single in the holidays. So like going on solo dates and how to really grieve and all of that. So there's both. It's like both and.
Right.
So this is obviously the episode for the person who's like, you know what? I feel ready. I want to do something new. Let's make it happen.
Okay. So for that person, what are some like do's and don'ts? Like if you had to train me up.
Okay. Yes.
And I'm ready to go and I'm walking out the door. You're like, wait. Just remember.
Yes. Now, first, again, we're talking about dating, not relationship. And one do is just go get out there and do all the things we said, get on a dating app, get on Salt, all of those things. Here's some specific don'ts, okay? You meet someone, you go on a date or 2 or 3, and you're really excited. Don't jump the gun and bring that new person to holiday parties, especially not holiday church parties or your work party, okay? Unless you are in that committed relationship, this is your boyfriend or your girlfriend, sure. Otherwise, it creates too much pressure. Guess what? Everyone at that church party, everyone at that work party, the next few days are going to be asking you about that person for days and weeks to come. And you don't even really know where you stand with that person yet. And that's going to influence you and how you feel about that person and maybe even speed up the process when you don't really know them yet. So it may seem like the fun thing to do, bring them to your holiday event. Don't do that. Don't do it. Still go to those holiday events single. Just hang out with them one-on-one outside of those holiday work parties and holiday church parties.
We just had someone who came to us and they were supposed to be doing the dating challenge for 90 days. They got so excited, so pumped up about a dating prospect that they jumped straight in, cut it short after a month, all for them just to come back a couple months later and say, I regret it so much. I'm never doing that again. It was bad. It was really bad. And we're not saying that's the case. right? Like as Gary Thomas says, when you get married underneath a year, when you get married in 3 months or 6 months, which happens in the Christian world, it's going to keep happening in the Christian world. Like we know that. He just says it's a 50-50 chance.
Yeah, it's much more risky.
He just says maybe they'll get lucky. Like
maybe.
You're just making such a risky choice.
Right.
And so what we're just saying is, hey, boundaries and pace. Boundaries and pace.
Boundaries and pace. Okay, the next don't. Okay, it's tempting. I know you might be a thoughtful person. You might be, your love language might be gifts, but do you buy a gift for the person you are just going on a few dates with? No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't buy them a gift. I really wouldn't. If it's brand new, I wouldn't suggest getting them a gift at all. If you've seen them for you started seeing them before November hit and it's Christmas time and it's almost, you're going to be potentially getting into a relationship. Okay, maybe get them a gift. Don't get them a major gift. But if you have seen them for a few weeks only, do not get them a gift.
No,
Hot take.
Any price point.
No price point.
Dang.
I mean, maybe a chocolate bar or your favorite candy, but don't.
No formal gift.
Yeah. I mean, I feel the same about Valentine's Day.
Casual gift, under $15, I thought about you.
Yeah, if it's something not specific, oh, here's a Christmas gift for you. It's just hey, I saw this and I thought of you and I thought this would be a fun little thing.
Right, you told me your childhood favorite candy was Nerds.
Right, and you got her holiday flavored Nerds.
Yeah.
Sure, or holiday colored Nerds.
Right, just something thoughtful and sweet.
Yes.
But, I mean, if you had to put a dollar amount, under $20.
At least. And it can't be something oh, you told me that you're looking for a new cologne. Well, I bought you an awesome new cologne. No. Do not do that.
Would you do that?
No, not for a guy that I was newly dating.
Back in the old days, though?
Oh, I would get presents sometimes. Yeah. And it was
if you really liked them.
But people already know I didn't really have boyfriends during the holidays. So for me, I didn't really buy gifts for the people I was going on dates with. No.
Say you've been dating, we go on our first date this week. Christmas is in 6 weeks. Should I buy them a gift?
No.
Dang.
I wouldn't.
But so when can I?
When you're in an official committed relationship. And get little things that might make you think of them. You got me little things from Amazon and stuff, but I just don't do the whole let's exchange gifts.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay.
That's a big deal.
So no gift exchange. Don't formal. But I can surprise you with something cute and thoughtful.
That's small.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dang, we're ruthless on that one.
Hey, it's out of protection and wisdom, and that's my opinion. Okay, I said what I said.
But what if I'm a gift giver?
Again, something very small then.
Right. Because the point of gift giving is, if we're being really honest, you're not always maybe giving out of just the joy of giving, but is there a little string attached?
Exactly.
Right.
Or there's sometimes for people like me, there's a little proving energy. Oh, he's going to think I'm so awesome that I did this.
Right.
And he's going to like me more. Right.
Unless it's just strictly for the joy and delight of seeing them see that thoughtful, sweet thing.
Don't do it.
Dang.
All right, another don't. This is hopefully self-explanatory, but it's not. It's really not. So we got to say it. Don't bring them to family outings or family Christmases or Thanksgiving dinners. Just don't. What? You just met them. Absolutely not. Unless you are in a committed relationship. This is your boyfriend or girlfriend. Do not bring them to anything with your family.
And why? Why is
that? Because now it just adds so much pressure.
Yeah.
Your family is asking questions. Your family's sussing them out. If your family likes them, that is good. But you still haven't figured out where you are with them. And that may influence your decision. If your family isn't a super fan of them, well, that will influence you too. And you want to make your own decision before your family is involved.
Right.
And also just bringing them into the intimacy of your family increases connection. I was just watching Golden Bachelor. Okay. And I don't think this was right, but Gary went to 2 hometowns he went to 3, but 2 of them, he met their family. And then after meeting the family, the girls were like, I can confidently say now I'm in love with you. And it was after he met their family, they were like, no, this secured it for me. increased all the feelings and the emotional connection there. And so I wouldn't do it.
I mean, I know, I hear you, and I'm just trying to think. Probably the only exclusion I would say is you've been dating for over 2 months and you guys are both like very much evaluating exclusive relationship, and you trust your family and their opinion is important.
Yes.
And you want their opinion.
But you do want your opinion of your mom, your dad, your Aunt Mildred, your uncle, your grandparents. You probably want the opinion of like 1 or 2 parents or 1 or 2 people, but not
all
everybody.
10. Yeah. So maybe if it's like an intimate holiday gathering.
Yeah, like, or a Christmas dinner with the parents, but no.
And again, hey, this is prescriptive advice. We're just trying to guide you guys and if you guys feel that strongly, like, you do you. We're just saying it's maybe not the best idea.
These are the wisest things we can offer you.
Right, like the pressure that will come from everyone, especially if they like them, which is a good thing, except for this is like, what if it's a person that you probably shouldn't get in a relationship with? Yeah. Now you're adding 10 people who are like, oh, he's amazing. If you don't date him, I'll leave.
Or you break up with him the next week and then you have your family all asking, oh, what about this guy? What about Joey? And you're like, yeah, me and Joey broke up.
Yeah, like, it's just precautionary wisdom. And I know some people are not going to like it or listen.
You get excited. Yeah. I get it, but just go with wisdom. Don't go with all the feels.
I personally, my policy with my family was I never brought a girl home until I was in an exclusive relationship, because I knew my dad, I knew my parents, I knew they would be obsessed. They would be obsessed. They would never let me hear the end of it if it didn't work out. It just would make it like the girl would like my family and vice versa. And it would just make it so complicated. So my rule and policy is... I'm glad you didn't
do that for the sake of those
you were
girls.
The first girl I brought home.
I know.
So, and that still was kind of a crazy little process. So,
which we'll talk about in a different episode.
Speaking of the process, right? It's just the last piece of advice. Mm-hmm. What would you say?
Don't rush the process.
Right.
This time of year is very romanticized. Okay. It's the most wonderful time of the year. JJ said, no, it's really the most romanticized time of the year.
Totally.
And it's easy to get so lost in the feels and all the sentiment of doing Christmassy things, and it's fun and all that jazz. Don't rush the process. Just because you're watching the holiday and you want a Jude Law and you have a guy and it just, but I've always wanted a Jude Law. This is amazing. Don't rush the process. I love that you're a romantic at heart. If you're a guy or a girl listening to this, I'm a romantic at heart. But don't rush the process just because it's holiday season. Don't throw all your timelines and good wisdom out the window just because you're feeling extra feels. Like, you have to know that's infatuation. You have to know that Hollywood is selling you feelings and romanticism right now. And it's fun, but it shouldn't detract the wisdom that you're going and the pace that you have in really dating someone through time.
If you catch yourself wanting to accelerate, if you catch yourself getting, listen, it's like double excitement. It's double infatuation. If you catch yourself, just remember, it's a trap. Okay, it's a trap. It's a trap. It's a total trap. I get it. We've been there. We know it is exciting, but here's your motto. Here's your MO. One date at a time.
One date at a time.
One date at a time. God's got this. One date at a time. I'm not going to fall for this trap. I'm not going to accelerate the timeline. I know, because I'm smart. I'm wise. I listen to Heart of Dating. I've listened to people who've said this time and time again. I'm going to date them for 3 months as much as I want to move this timeline forward.
Yeah.
Now, that was a lot of don'ts.
Well, now we're going to end on some fun ideas for holiday date ideas.
So these are do's.
Yeah. It's part of the do's. We gave them do's. Here's where you meet people. Here's some more do's. Here are some fun holiday date ideas. There's no reason you should take somebody on a boring coffee date during the holiday season.
Listen,
there are so many other things you can do outside of that.
If you take a girl, this is for the guys then.
Yes.
If you take a girl on a boring coffee date during the holidays, you deserve to not get a call back. You come on, bro. I love you. I'm with you. I'm for you. But if you freaking settle for just a boring coffee date, come on, man. Like
there's so many things you can do right now.
This is the easiest time of year for you to go hard with a fun, cute, holiday. It is like the easiest time of year for you to impress a girl.
Completely.
Okay, so let's talk about it.
Well, let's just fly through some of these because we don't have to spend 1,000,000 hours on them, but there's like we can just read out the list.
Okay, so let's fly through it then.
Ice skating.
If you can.
Go ice skating. Or if one of you is good, then definitely go ice skating.
What if you both stink?
That's okay. You can still go.
If you both stink, even better.
Yeah.
You're going to have a great time learning and falling.
My second favorite, and someone did this for me during the holidays, so it's a great idea. Go to a pharmacy, drugstore, or even Target, and have each person have a budget of 15 or 20 bucks and have them do 3 things. Buy their favorite Christmas item that reminds them of their childhood, buy their favorite Christmas snack, and buy a Christmas accessory that the other person has to wear for the rest of the night. So you each have to do that. And it's fun because then you come together after this little scavenger hunt and you explain the item that reminds you of your childhood, that you explain your favorite snack at Christmas. And then, of course, it's really fun because then they have to wear an accessory.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Am I wearing the ears that another guy bought for you on this CVS date?
No, you're not. I promise.
You wouldn't lie to me, would you?
Are they? I don't think so.
Dude. All I have to say is if they are,
I don't think so.
Thank you for the free reindeer ears, bro. I really appreciate it. These are great. I love them.
No, but if it was like, I did actually buy the guy ears like that. It was for him to wear.
So these have been pre-worn by another guy on another date.
I don't think. No, I don't think so.
If that's true, all I have to say is thank you for breaking them in, bro. I mean, they fit perfectly. I really appreciate they smell nice. They don't have dandruff on them. I really appreciate it.
I can't look at you with wearing them now.
These are definitely the ears that you bought for another guy that you just tossed on me.
I don't think so.
They 100% are. Why are you laughing so hard?
Well, because I can't remember.
They are.
Shall we move on?
Yeah, I think you would like that, wouldn't you?
The next one is what, baby?
It's just crazy. If this was the other way around, Kate, I would like, we would turn off the camera and recording equipment and she would just be like, we need to talk. It wouldn't be cool, would it?
I don't think those were ears for another guy.
Okay.
It's a 50-50 chance though.
Okay. Next one. I love this one. Because I'm a cookie monster. Cookie decorating.
Oh, yeah.
Let your cookie monster come out. Get a sugar cookie pack and icing and just go hard like on...
Oh, can we do that? I love cookie decorating.
Yeah, the only problem is you're gluten-free and gluten-free sugar cookies are just such a pain in the butt.
We can buy both, okay?
They are such a pain in the butt.
Okay, well, it's still super fun. The next one is JJ's favorite, which is volunteer together. Great date idea.
You're telling me that we can go serve the homeless together as a date?
I would do it. Yeah. Or get this. What about if you do candy canes and put like cute little notes on the candy canes, like encouragement words, and go hand them out somewhere?
Random acts of kindness.
Yeah.
It's called rack.
Yeah. Like, I mean, that's not really volunteering, but it's similar. Like
that could be a little bit more casual and fun.
Yeah.
And less hardcore, but I'm not going to lie. What a power move to say, hey, this Wednesday night, I'd love to take you out on a date. Do you want to go to the homeless shelter and serve out Thanksgiving turkey and dinner?
So cool.
Would you say yes?
Yeah, I would.
I would too.
I would be impressed by that, to be honest with you.
And I think it would be like such a great test to put them through.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I agree. So good. Okay, let's go to another fun one. A Christmas light tour. This is personally one of my favorites. The guy picks you up, ideally has his car cleaned. Okay. He brings hot cocoa and you drive through a neighborhood, and ideally as a dude you would know where these neighborhoods are, like have a plan, and you go see Christmas lights, roll down the windows, and you have a Christmas playlist playing, and then bonus afterwards you get pizza and eat it in the car together.
Yeah, if you're balling on a budget and you want to have an awesome date,
that it's like a budget date that's like also so fun
that a girl would love
seriously
way more than a steak dinner.
Oh man,
and some kind of like Christmas
and
musical.
they have like paid tours. You can go to like holiday zoo lights and things, but why not just Google where are the best neighborhoods to see lights in my city and do that?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's free.
And she'll love it.
The next one is also one of my faves. An indoor Christmas picnic. Oh my gosh. I love picnics. If you can get if you have a fireplace, clutch. If you have a Christmas tree up, yes. And maybe put up a Christmas movie on in the background, just a background, and put a bunch, like a fun little like Christmassy spread on a picnic blanket. Oh my gosh. I would love something like that. Hint, hint.
On a first date?
Not a first date.
Well, you didn't clarify that.
Okay, not a first date, but a date during the holiday season.
Okay, yeah, like third, fourth, fifth date.
JJ, I love this idea.
Did I do this last year, kind of? I love this. This one's very unique and original. I've never heard this one.
Yeah.
Well, it doesn't get easier than your wife spelling out what an ideal date looks like and then coughing at you.
Like you can get some like themed cheese that has like cranberry in it. It's actually so easy to do.
Okay. I can't wait to come home to a Christmas picnic laid out for me.
Okay. What's another one, honey?
This one's great, especially if you guys are competitive.
What?
Gingerbread house competition.
Yeah.
This is a great,
we did it last year or the year before?
Year before.
Okay.
This is great for double dates.
Yeah.
Like you and your partner team up against another couple.
Yeah.
Right. Or like, and I think this is a great like 5th, 6th, 7th date.
Yeah.
Like you guys enjoy each other and you want to introduce them to 2 friends. This is the go-to date.
It's so fun.
Gingerbread house competition.
Especially if you two team up against another couple. That would be fun.
And you just dog them.
Yeah.
You just destroy them.
Have a strategy.
Yeah.
But you have to have a timer on.
You research ahead of time. You have a plan and you two just kill them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Another one.
Christmas karaoke.
Whoa.
Hey. Karaoke, but Christmas style. How fun is that?
Are you saying like in your living room, like Filipino style, or like going out to like a karaoke bar?
Yeah, why not going to a karaoke bar and making it Christmas music?
What if I'm awful at singing? Like
that's fun.
She hears me sing
and funny,
and it's not gonna work. Like towards me, it's not going to be bonus points.
Then don't sing Celine Dion the prayer, okay? Or Oh Holy Night.
Okay, I'm asking for me and the guys who
bells, jingle bells. You can do that.
When I sing, people look at me like they wish they had a Men in Black like memory stick and they could use it on themselves.
Forget it.
Like they wish that they could just forget the past 15 seconds.
Yeah, I know, baby, but this is still a great fun thing.
Kate hears me sing sometimes too loud at church and she just looks at me and smiles. And I notice.
What's the last one, babe?
Hey, listen, heaven appreciates and likes my singing. Okay?
Oh, yeah. The angels.
It sounds good to God.
Are filtering it through something and saying, oh, that's actually really nice.
Yeah. When I get really amped up, yeah, it's not the prettiest song you've ever heard.
You want to give them a taste right now?
Oh, come and adore him, oh Israel.
Is that even the lyric?
Is that? I'm nervous. Give me another song.
To the incense arise.
Oh, how does it go?
Let incense arise.
No. Night and day, day and night, let incense arise. Was that good?
But you did it pretty low. Like when you do it with your normal volume, it's the best. It's so funny. I can't help it. I love it though. It brings me joy.
Okay, last one. This one's funny.
Yeah, I love this one.
Okay, then say it.
Making handmade Christmas cards. This is just a simple trip to Michael's and it would be fun. I've done this before on my own as a solo date, which great solo date idea. But yeah, make handmade Christmas cards, and you don't have to like fill them out together, okay? But you just make them together. It's super fun. What, you don't like that idea?
I'm not gonna lie, that one sounds awful.
Okay, well, it's great for a crafty girl.
Hey, listen, I will say when a guy is interested in a girl, he will sit down and do handmade Christmas cards. Fortunately, I'm married, and I would still do it if you really wanted. I think a better way to do this would be to do handmade ornaments. Like you do a picture of you and your dog, and you put like the popsicle sticks on it, and the hot glue, and you make like an ornament or two.
Okay, that's fine too.
Yeah.
All right, guys. We hope you enjoyed this episode of Holidating, dating during the holidays. I really hope those are not the ears that I bought for another guy during a date in the holidays, but
they very well might be.
I'm going to go on an investigation right after this and see.
They definitely are.
I'm going to look through my photos to see if I can find any evidence.
And we'll let you guys know on the next episode.
Oh my gosh. But this is so fun. We love y'all. We hope you have a great Thanksgiving next week. We will not be on the show next week. We're taking just a week off for everybody to enjoy their holidays, but we will be back the last week of November with more Single in the Holidays episodes.
Okay. Love you guys.
Bye. The Heart of Dating podcast is created by Kait and jjtomlin. Shout out to our epic audio and video editor, Scott Caro. We have an amazing Heart of Dating team who helps bring this show to you each week. I want to shout out Kelsey Napier, our Heart of Dating digital marketing coordinator, and Elena Gibson, our brand and community manager. We couldn't do it without them. Now, if you guys have never ranked us or reviewed us on iTunes or Spotify, would you consider doing that? It would mean so much because our podcast can get more discovered and more people can learn how to better date as Christians. Don't we all want that? We launch our podcast each and every week on Wednesdays, so we will see you next week.